Here's an old term: action turns knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and joy and happiness out of them. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love.
Have you been finding yourself stuck in a rut, unable to launch your new projects, not getting the experiences you're looking out of your spiritual experiences? You're trying to start a business and running into troubles? I have special coaching sessions for you. Spiritual readings, Akashic Records, healings, all those are available to you. I invite you to come and look at the different journeys that I've done in the live shows that I've done. I'm inviting you all to come on the journey, expand your life, expand your willpower, learn more about sovereignty. We also have the Living the Mystical Life monthly membership. It's a new relaunch of the system where you get all of our live webinars and get access to our Discord server for our live shows. Go to the website, andrewbartzis.com, for more information. Come and join our community, inviting you all to come on this journey as we expand to the universe of the Great Awakening. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality. I'm your host, Andrew Bartzis, the one and only Galactic Historian. Today is a live call-in show, all 2 hours, not members, just a regular show today. Come and talk to me about anything and everything, inquiries into your life, past, present, and future, where your world is turning, how it's turning upside down. What are those fearful things you're looking to avoid? Let me shed some light. It looks like we've got a bunch of callers here already. See, Jonah, signal to unmute.
Hey,
Jonah.
hi, Andrew.
Hey, how's it going?
Really great. Yeah, so you told me to call back, so I did. I don't know if I could start out with light language again. I came up with kind of a song.
Let's just refresh people what we talked about last time if they haven't heard.
Okay, sure. Do you want to do the synopsis or do you want me to?
No, go ahead. Just do the synopsis real quick.
The things that I remember are that you told me that my Jewish lineage needs the synagogue as a place of prayer to push out pain sometimes.
Yep.
That was one of the key things that stuck in my mind. I listened a couple of times to our show, but that's the only thing that's coming up right now. I don't know what you think might be most salient for people to know.
And then the light language part that you had given us, which was about freeing yourself, getting out of the stuck that you were in, rut that you were in.
Right. Gathering up my power and keeping my power, something like that, basically.
Instead of giving it all away.
Yeah. So
before we go into light language, just move on to the next part of the questions that you had.
Okay. The other questions that I had, there were some things about I'm preparing to see the Art of Living founder Sri Sri Ravi Shankar soon, and whether to work with Art of Living, whether to work with other organizations, whether to do their sadhana, which is fine. I think it's just as good as any and maybe better. How to help people in the world, but kind of what's my path if there is one, or most directly. And I recently learned I'm a life path 3, if that's accurate, but it felt correct with artistic things, creative things, inspiring people with my voice and song, doing, a lot, I don't know, shadow puppetry, any type of creative offering,
Okay.
And I feel like I've learned a lot of things.
Hold on a second. Let me put a what if scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When we invest a lot of part of our life into that high creative energy, And there are times we may ignore some of the other parts that can be very powerful tools. And now in a what if situation, what if your path was to be in something like a boring science field?
Okay.
How would you handle it, the person that is today?
I mean, I think I would carve out enough time to do creative things on my own and with some groups, and then listen to inspiring things, and
But
maybe
would
have
it
that
really
in the.
become your passion?
I'm not sure how you mean that, or asking that.
What would it take for it to outvalue all the other creative journeys that you've done that helped fuel your life? And again, this is what if.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have an immediate answer. I mean, I think, again, just putting heart's passion into it, something like that.
Okay. All right. So in this what if scenario, it means you have to explore it. And we're not going to call this shadow work. This is subconscious work. Has my subconscious blocked out something else that I could be doing that I could be very good at because it's looking for the quick dopamine hit? Okay.
Okay.
And it's something for you to put to your practice. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you do have a path that's carved in what we'll say entertainment field.
Okay.
But entertainment is radically different of what it was 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and 10 years ago. Example, did you ever think people would be super doom scrolling on TikTok watching people melt down? Or cops abusing people on the road all the time?
Yeah,
or
who could have known?
And all that other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, who could have known?
Who could have known that? Right.
Yeah.
Even the world of spirituality is now under the term entertainment.
Okay.
Okay. UFOs, people that believe it's entertainment.
Okay.
And when something is the entertainment and it activates those parts of the mind that give the dopamine release, and whether we get the public response or not, you're getting just the joy of doing it is its own unique dopamine release.
Okay.
Okay. We get stuck in those paths.
Okay. Okay.
And what I will suggest for you is that you take a very direct learning process, like going and actually learning some form of advanced body work.
Okay.
Well, whether it's, all right, I'm going to dedicate like to a 2-year acupuncture degree.
Okay.
And I mean, dedicate to it.
Okay.
Massage class just isn't for you. You're too intelligent of a spirit who could have amazing bedside manner through intuition, and Chinese medicine, alternative therapies would absolutely suit you, but it would require a lot of changing of the passion to the art of Chinese medicine or the other alternative therapies.
And can I clarify why channel it in that way? Because there's growth in it for me, or because it's
the biggest growth that you could ever have at the age that you're at right now?
Okay.
Because what comes out after that is a completely redesigned healthcare industry. And with your type of potential bedside manner and the intuition and spirit factor and the multi-religions that you've been grown up in, it makes you the perfect hybrid melting pot of a person that can get into it. It's not because of the nature of your name, it's because there's skills in how you pass on word of mouth.
Okay.
So those are my suggestions when it comes to path. If you're going to pick a path, jump heads balls deep into it.
Okay.
And
is it largely my choice, or that's kind of the type of path?
It is all your choice. It is all your choice. Okay. But do you have diminishing returns compared to that? Yes. Meaning they will not have long fuses before they blow their thing, and you got to go and find something new. Okay. I
mean, I'm happy to. My working conclusions were to be And I think that, again, time is multiple timelines, and all, it's more than linear, but one choice. But that it seems like to be the most enlightened, expanded being that I can be is the biggest offering to the world, one way or another.
Absolutely.
Right?
And going into a dedicated healing path like acupuncture, acupuncture would give you the broadest breadth of information on top of what you already know.
Okay.
Which will put you light years ahead of everyone else that's coming out into the field.
Okay.
And I mean light years ahead of people.
Okay.
How old are you?
42 now.
Okay.
Midway through.
Okay, so you could be graduated in 2 years, or you could do a 3-year class, and by the time you're 45, be fully open.
Okay. Just quickly, I mean, what I have is sometimes, astrological readings have been really, really good if I got a good reader. And I just learned I'm Life Path 3. That was the creative that fit. And somebody who I think was good astrologer told me that computer sciences was good, but those are just potentials. It's hard for me to see the highest potential.
Computer sciences will be disaster for you.
Okay.
Too much in the brain, too much logic, and you need asymmetrical, non-logical moments of deep expansion.
Sure. And again, doing poetry or doing this or that, those are side things that'll just feed me, kind of. And the artwork that I do.
No, you can dual track yourself. You can say, because anybody can publish a book on Amazon now.
Right. Sure.
Are you going to promote it? Okay. 50% of the job is writing the book. The rest of it is promoting it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The rest is promoting it. Okay. And that's where the business side and contacts and networks, that's what makes the radical difference of making a project succeed or just making you a few $100s a year.
And what about the wealth building things of like residual income or while you sleep?
Books can become a form of residual income, but it's not just books. It's the merch that's attached to it. If any of it could become viral.
Okay. Cool.
What type of viral merch, can you create along with your things?
Well, I think a lot of my images and paintings are really unique. I think they're a very valid offering. I just want it to be out there. I will do some work to get attention to it if that makes it more useful and helpful.
But what I'm trying to say is dual track. You absolutely can go full-time school and figure out how to survive and still use art to regenerate and rejuvenate yourself during school. And when you're done with school, you'll have a large piece of artwork to start selling.
Right.
Okay. You're going to need art to survive when you need to disconnect and go and have fun.
Sure.
It's an integral tool to your success. Okay. And that's the dual track that can give you the greatest advantage. Now, many people don't do well at dual tracking because there's such a call to the dopamine release on the good old brother you've had forever and ever and ever. You know how to make it work. And then there's the challenges of, I don't understand this, or, man, I do understand it better than everyone else in this damn class. Okay? Which is, I'm willing to bet that's what's going to happen. You're going to get into the theory, the concepts, and then you're going to make all sorts of other connections to it.
Cool.
And you got to revel and cherish in that.
Okay.
That's your quickening to the great awakening. And that's the type of focused path that needs to be for you. Does it have to just be alternative medicine? No, it doesn't. But as I said, that will give you the greatest expansion of wisdom on top of the spiritual knowledge you have, which is the greatest gift you'll be able to give people when you're done with it. Okay?
Okay. I'm certainly very happy with that. I don't know if you can or want to say anything more about how you came to that or why that versus I did a bookkeeping course. Again, the digital products make sense just to synthesize my knowledge or whatever it is, and people can buy it again and again and again. Maybe I do that down the line. I don't know. or just other side jobs, but I could do this. I could totally do this. My mind likes to know why that in particular sometimes.
Okay, so you have a vibration in you that says, I should be here with my base knowledge, but I'm not.
Okay.
And I run across this in everyone that when I do the initial scan, I look where their C1 and C2, how the Atlas and Axis connects, and there's a flash of light and there's a set of codes where it's not just and yes or no. It's not a binary system. It's an expression of what are the limiting factors for the person that's there and what they need to go through them or around them.
Okay.
Okay. And what's really being called in your situation is to go through the change, the crucible of change, where your focus has become stronger than it has before, and you know how to stoke the passions of fire to make yourself go through that journey and truly love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay. Okay. I don't know if you want to say more about that, or I have other. I can bring up other things, or I can run with it.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Did you want the light language? I got kind of a little song. Is that now a good time for that?
Yeah, let's move in. We'll save that for the end.
Oh, okay. So another thing that came up for me, I ran into like Joseph Campbell style hero of the journey of the hero, like mythos as a teaching story. Mm-hmm. And like all stories are kind of reflections, like photocopies of photocopies of archetypical kind of, archetypical forces or stories, Yeah. And that they show up in all places. This is a dream time reality. It's Maya, or it's this, or whatever, mitote. It's something. It's not as real as we think it is, or it's kind of a mystical mirror. And I don't know. There's all these. I don't know where to go with that, but it was really integral at some point, or maybe some things were just helping me reset or understand some things in my journey. Again, kind of back to the storytelling. And I want people to wake up more, because it's sad that the movies have some of it, but it's like everybody can be a hero, and it's not just I don't know, like at a very high level. If they're awakened.
I'm going to give you another what if.
Mm-hmm.
What if Disney never screwed up Marvel and Star Wars?
Okay.
We would have had another generation of people knowing how to do the right thing, find the right advice, have fatherly advice, motherly advice, a religious advice, and not an atheistic perspective of doom and gloom.
Okay.
Imagine if Captain America went out the right way. They did the story the right way. All of those stories, which are heartbreaking stories on their own. Okay. Where would we be? Those teachers are gone.
Okay.
Which puts the power of responsibility back into your hands, my hands, and anyone else who wants to join the circle of we've got to make the world better together. And it starts with dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
A dialogue where we can say, I'll break bread with you the next day. I can still have value and cherish you as a human. Just because you have different thoughts or ideas is not going to make you lesser to me.
Okay.
Which is the charge and polarity everyone's being poisoned with right now. Sure.
I didn't mind what I saw in some of the Marvel movies. I get a little bit tired of like people being so into Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Star Wars are fine, but they get so nerdy about it in this funny way. Or again, I'm like, draw the power of the stories and make your own offshoots. Don't just worship those.
Did you play with action figures when you grew up?
I don't remember doing that a lot.
That is where so many people playing with action figures, having super creative time with them, it is an absolute cherished memory to them. And that's what makes them the super fan. And if you're a person that really didn't enjoy that part or have that in your life, it's undescribable how much it's ingrained into the you.
Okay. Yeah.
So when they overreact, there's a reason they overreact.
Okay.
Like, do you know Critical Drinker?
No.
Mm-hmm. Wow, another person that doesn't know Critical Drinker. So Critical Drinker, he's a YouTube star. He started a channel. He used to be like a Hollywood writer type thing. And during lockdown, he just started going off on half drunken rants on YouTube of how bad the movies were. but he prepared speeches and did it in this powerful British accent where he's just ripping a new butthole to all these woke garbage movies that were coming out then. He now goes on all the major news channels all over the world, and all from his rants. Okay. He's known for his rants.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
That man capitalized on something and marketed his ability to write rants.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. What are my thoughts? I mean, here's a quick. So I remember X-Men, and I remember the original animated series as a kid. You know, it had a few things that it petered off or something. Well, even there, though, I feel like the stories. I often notice this. The stories and plot lines of a lot of things don't really make sense. They add a lot of extra action. The way they up the ante continually doesn't exactly make sense to me. But I don't know. It just feels a little bit incomplete. So I don't. Anyway, I don't have an immediate hit that the movies ruined something. They're another take on it, and it could have been deeper, I'm sure, you know.
Well, no, it was meant to feed the indoctrination of the LGBTQIA plus from third graders and second graders up. Because it was targeting what? Kids who play with toys. That was absolute indoctrination. And we already know that it's BlackRock and State Street that sits on the board of Disney that told them to hire these people. They filled their entire ranks with these people at a time when those people had the greatest power in Hollywood. It was a great business move. But once you get into politics, you've got to deal with the ups and downs of politics.
Okay.
Look at Netflix getting canceled by Elon Musk right now.
Oh, God.
Okay. They're getting hammered.
Okay.
And then they Disney took over Fox and now took over ESPN. ESPN is a den of pit vipers at the corporate level. Everyone hates everybody and are battling for power. Okay. And you think that's going to mix well with woke Disney? No, it's not. It's literally a corporate disaster that's going to cause thousands of lawsuits. Thousands.
I don't know totally. You know, sometimes I don't go too deeply psychically, or I don't have enough information. If I can jump for a moment, I was curious about Elon Musk, and if we can go there, a read on his character. I heard he almost donated $10 billion to end world hunger. I saw a video on him recently talking about Jesus or something, like maybe he has some spiritual something going on, but I couldn't tell. And I was trying to do some meditations to maybe help him make the right decisions, but I kind of backed off of that.
You never do something that influences people to make right decisions. That's as bad as a being of the dark saying, I'm influencing you to go in my direction.
Okay.
Do not put energy on people that haven't asked for it.
Okay.
Specifically.
Okay. What about sending it to their higher self?
These are some of the borders that experienced practitioners learn about. Because when you put that out, it comes back to you.
Okay.
In a form of control.
What about to their higher self, or just pray in general for world harmonization or something like that? That's better.
Yes, world harmony. Just generalize it. Don't make it for a specific person. That can come off like a hex.
Okay.
People don't realize how powerful your words and your intentions can be. What I was trying to make a point, like Critical Drinker, there's going to be a jump for you. Where whether it's Chinese medicine or something else, there's going to be a point where you have to cross the point of no return and make the leap of faith into it. And stick with it. Okay.
I'm happy to do that. I just, part of my mind, which I don't know if it's grandiose or not, or what it is, thinks like, could I have a bigger impact somehow doing, I don't know what exactly, reaching a lot of people again. Or, who knows what. But again, it's fine if I'm just a very, powerful being in my own right, and that radiates out to the field.
The whole point of you taking the expanded class is it expands your base of knowledge.
Okay.
And allows you to perform with that large base of knowledge, whether it's for clients or for people in general who want to be educated off the large base of knowledge you have.
Okay.
Okay. It's the education in the time frame that's most important. Because 3 years from now, when you graduate, 2 or 3 years from now, when you're done with all those certifications, because a lot of times the acupuncture degrees are like 5 years compressed into 3 years. Very intense classes. Okay? But the volume that you learn in that time, I can't even begin to tell you what kind of a changed person you're going to be.
Okay. Sure.
And if you can keep other little side projects, you are learning how to promote yourself, keeping updated with the way the new search engines are working. Having a basic website that capture emails.
Right.
Okay? Have a relatively controlled social media that's just trying to get a little bit of growth every year, not forcing growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, brother, I got to move on to another caller. Got a whole bunch of people here.
Yeah, thanks so much, Andrew. Yeah, wait. Right. Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to move on to Greg. Signal to unmute.
Hello, Andrew. How you doing?
Good. You got to come a little closer to your device. You sound far away.
My bad. How about now?
Way better.
Okay, sorry. How you been?
Good. How's life treating you?
Pretty well. I think last time we talked, or at least maybe not the last time, but the time before that, do you remember how I'm a swim coach and I was talking to you about my groups and getting kicked off and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so things have been going a lot better. I've been enjoying the groups that I'm on. My boss told me I'm doing a good job, got a raise, all that crap. So in that regards, it's improving. And what I've been working on is just trying to figure out this whole healing thing. Because, I don't know if you recall, but I had a lot of successful healing in the past, but trying to get back into it has been challenging. And so one of the things, it's a two-pronged problem, right? I learned I have a big discipline issue. And that's tied to this feeling of like, I have to do it, and that kind of working with that I have to energy has been challenging.
Sure. But the I have to energy is telling you it's resisting to not do, because I have to energy is not actually doing it. That's a chore.
Right.
If it's not some form of happiness and joy done from it, then you're not really doing it right. And the whole point of repetition is to know when you're doing it right and when you're not doing it right. And what can you learn from it when you're not doing it right?
Yeah.
So you have to face and confront that whole I don't want to do it is the screaming energy in the background to fail at it. And you got to learn to lower that volume and raise the volume of the other voice that's saying, do it, be disciplined, stick with it, don't overdo. Don't underdo. Find the right balance.
Yeah. Well, what I learned about discipline that I didn't realize until I heard someone say it. It's apparently we're trying to not bulldoze ourselves when we have a problem with discipline. And that just like clicked something. And I'm like, wow, that's exactly how I feel, because I'm trying not to bulldoze myself. But
there's no reason to bulldoze yourself and make yourself more fragile.
Right.
But so many people see these giant things where they don't have to be giant. They have to be about the energy. Like 1 ounce of energy can dissipate 10,000 ounces of that energy. Okay, 1 ounce of really good practice will go much farther than 10 practices of it as chore.
Yeah. So I have a question. Because even though I haven't been able to return to that psychic soul surgery, like super intense level, which I loved, I was curious if you could tell me, like looking over the past couple years, am I making progress in my own way, or is it halted?
Yes, you are making progress.
Okay, it's just different.
You are making progress. Now, to add to what of the point of making progress is, when you would first call, it was about the challenges of the overwhelming voices. Don't do this, don't do that, the ghosty energies that you had. You beat that pretty much, right?
So I've developed quite a bit of wisdom in how I do things. The entity, no. The entity I have not beat, but
Because it's the same one that doesn't want you to go into spirituality and stay balanced in it. Because it means its end of its presence in you.
correct. Yeah.
Your knowledge base has grown and your skill set has grown. And where you are at now is your existing skill set has to expand for you to truly deal with what's going on in you.
Okay.
You've reached what I call the 80-20 split. 80% of the challenges of spirituality have been beat because you've discovered the purpose of discipline. You know how to keep the body crafted. You generally do a well job getting sleeping and eating, etc. Okay, you're able to maintain somewhat of an emotional balance when most people aren't emotionally balanced. You are doing very good. Now the last part is that last 20% of the hill climb,
Mhm.
where you can't go around subject matters anymore. Or you're going to have to say, all right, this is the month that my intense concept of spirituality is intense, followed by a month where it's not intense.
Mhm.
And I build up cycles where these 2 weeks I'm being intense, and then I'm taking a week or two off, and understand that you have to train the body based off of the passing of the seasons and the movement of the stars when you put yourself into that challenged mode.
Okay. So
Okay?
I have a question for you. Since I've done quite a bit of the practices, is there a practice that you think like I haven't done that I can start chipping at, or is that not what I need?
That's not what you need.
Okay. Okay.
It's not. It's you got to learn how to make your existing practices the way they were originally designed to be used at them at the very high level of knowledge base. You're
Okay.
still using them because you created them at a time where you were lower knowledge base, but you're a much higher knowledge base, but you're still not using them at the high knowledge base.
So let me explain a phenomenon. It's something I've experienced my whole life, and has to do with like a fear of getting what I want. And so there's this part of me that as soon as I get good at something, it's like it kind of almost like it consumes it or encapsulates it, and I can't really approach it with discipline anymore.
Because you become obsessed.
You think it's the obsession?
Absolutely, obsession destroys growth. Obsession is not growth. Obsession is the opposite of growth.
That's really interesting. Okay.
Okay?
That's not what I expected.
Depression, regression, and obsession are as bad as shame, blame, and guilt.
I see.
Obsession, right now in our world, I will say 65% of our population, their main issues is obsessions, and they have no impulse to control to stop these obsessions.
Okay.
Whether it's porn, socializing, money, whatever, greed, drugs, whatever it is driving them to do that.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So because I was thinking, oh, now that I'm good at it, now I can really, but I guess that's not the case. Then after that, you find the medium.
Right. And then you go through the ups and downs of challenging yourself. All right. It's say like this is the month that I'm doing lots of spiritual work, but I know next month I'm taking it off and going and working on the body. Okay. You just got to look at the passing of the season and the movement of the stars and pick 4 times a year, every quarter, when to challenge yourself and say, all right, we build up to this time. And then when we're done,
I see. Okay. I like that. I like that. That's much more sustainable long term. And then I just do a little bit, like maybe 15 minutes every day or whatever like a little bit on most days, just to have some.
be disciplined and go, am I doing it with a smile or am I doing it as a chore?
Right.
But still do it, whether it's a chore or a smile, you still do. But the goal is, can I make it happy?
Yeah.
What does it take for me to make this 15? I'm really looking forward to it. How many times am me sitting there all pissy in the background doing it, and I'm not really getting out of it before I go, I want this to be happy when I do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where it's like almost impossible for me to to like if I'm doing it, I feel good about it. It's almost impossible for me to force it at all.
Right. Because obsession taught you a very powerful lesson.
Yes, 100%.
Taught you a very powerful lesson. And you don't want to go back to obsession. Okay?
No,
What did
no.
it teach you? Failure.
I like learning from things, you know. It's yeah. Okay. That's good to know. I have signed up. Hopefully I get accepted. To be, Teal's completion process. She has a training cert. So if she accepts me, I think to go do the training, I think that might be a good opportunity to take my skills to the next level and work on that with people.
Okay.
Um, I have a quick question. What do you think about brutal honesty, and how do you deal with brutal honesty? Like, how do you tone it down for people?
Do you believe I do brutal honesty?
Do I believe you do brutal honesty?
Yeah.
No, not really. You don't really go there. I feel like you're always able to tame it for the most part.
But still cut deep.
Yes.
Okay. Brutal honesty is that. Knowing how deep to cut before you pull back to just piss them off.
I see. And then, like the previous caller, would you say brutal honesty crosses that line of trying to force someone like the dark would be to?
No, that's just somebody that intended good but didn't truly realize in a fluid conversation what they just said.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's something I want to send energy to this person, that person. Rule number 1, don't send energy to anyone if they haven't asked for it specifically, verbally to you, not a spirit in your head. Okay?
Okay.
It's very important that people understand the way energy works. Okay? Way energy works. Very vitally important.
Okay. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes. So brutal honesty, that's going to cut deep. The amount of money that you're going to spend on Teal Swan compared to spending it on something else, you are not going to get what you want out of Teal Swan. I want to tell you that right now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. How much does it cost?
It's like 5,500.
Okay, that money could be spent on far more deeper spiritual healing and education than what you'll get out of that.
Interesting. I was thinking that if you become a certified practitioner, then I can charge money for it,
Do you know how many people actually succeed at that journey? And this is not to knock on Teal, it's the practitioners. The trainer program is god awful. Awful. Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Okay?
Really? That's surprising. But don't they fly out?
I don't want to shit on Teal. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm saying where you are at right now, that money would be far better spent on some other form of deeper education than that.
Okay, that's interesting because I actually kind of felt like it was a lot for what I would get. So
No.
I like that you're
not where you are at right now.
Okay.
Okay. Now, similar to the other caller, you need something that you can sink your teeth into. Okay.
Yeah.
You have swimming as that, but there are other things you can do while you're still doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll track again. Okay. That money can, as I said, be far more better used.
Okay. So what do you recommend?
How old are you?
31.
Okay. What education background do you have?
I didn't go to college. I mean, I tried community college, but it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I have my whole life had some pretty serious authority issues, and I really hate the education system. It's not an education system, it's a schooling system. They tell you this is what it is, and they don't really encourage critical thinking. And so I really struggle with that, and I don't like it at all.
Which is why you need to go to something that's a focused learning, similar to what I said with the other person. Now, acupuncture, acupressure, becoming a high-level electrical circuitry lineman, where you go to lineman school for 2 years, example, things like that, because you could be making $125 an hour as a lineman because there's a gigantic shortage of them all over the world.
Electric lineman?
Yep.
Is that something specifically that you're saying for me, or?
That's a trade school, a very intense trade school that requires people to be very physically fit.
What is it? Electric? Oh, the guys that work on poles?
That redesign systems when they fall apart, how to put them back together, make new systems interact with the telecommunications hubs, satellite contact, cell phone tower, all that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
Now,
you're saying trade school in general?
no, I'm saying those are examples of very deep focused learning. It's all going to be up to you.
Yeah.
It's all still going to be up to you.
Okay.
You need something to sink your teeth in that's long term. That's why Teal's class isn't right for you. You need long term with teachers you can respect and the knowledge that you're learning and have a deep respect for.
And that is something I really need, because I've never really had that relationship of someone truly guiding me.
And that is why that's the biggest, but that's the best type of growth for you where you're at right now.
Yeah. No, you hit the nail on the head, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What is going to be your choice? But, look into the trade schools. That's an option. There are some degrees where if you know anything at all about electronics and all, you can advance very, very fast and you're physically fit enough to be able to do those jobs. Okay?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I guess I gotta to start doing some research on some trade schools. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oil and gas industry too. Okay?
Okay.
This is where obsession took away so many options from you.
Yeah.
It's all that was limited you to just the obsession.
Well, I have a one-track mind, Andrew.
Here's another one. People that are working on aviation engines, private airplane engines, that's a massive shortage in that too. I think that's a 30-week school.
30 weeks, huh?
Yeah. It's a trade school.
What's it called? Private aviation?
FBO, Training Flight Bureau Office. Just look up private plane maintenance engines, trade school, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
Same thing working on fire trucks. Okay? That's another very specific thing.
Yeah.
Okay? The whole mechanics world's completely changing. Not that I think you should get into mechanics, but it's completely changing. And these trade schools are desperate to get people who are not broken millennials in them.
Yeah. I would ideally like to get some sort of like a management position. It's just because I'm a good leader. I can lead.
But you still got to work your way through that.
Yeah.
But there's so much room for advancement in those fields.
Okay.
It's really going to be how good of a manager you are, do employees like you, et cetera, et cetera. I think you'll do fine in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, man. I got to move on to some
Thank
other
you.
calls. Good talking to you again.
Thank you. Yeah. Have a good one.
All right, so let's move on to Mama Love. Signal to unmute. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, where are you calling from?
Los Angeles. I couldn't change my name. I wanted to put my regular name on there.
How are you doing since the mentorship class?
Oh, man. I sent like a 3-year page email last night about all of the different stuff I've been going on with that class.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good stuff though, but it's been just really interesting. I was shaking all night while I was asleep. It took me a long time to do the exercises, the homework. And I think it's just been I had I had to stop just reading the first meta teaching. It was that intense. It's like, what? I only got to the second page. I was trying to rewrite it in my own words, putting the me minds with the I's and U's. And I was changing the colors, the chakra colors to using my color pens and stuff like that. So yeah, I only got to a page. I only got to the second page, and I had to stop. So
You got 2 more days. What do you want to talk about today?
okay, I got questions.
Okay.
Where's my husband, and what do I need to do to get him? And then
All right. So real quick, to find that husband, you got to clear out what's inside you that's not attracting the right person. Because right now, you're still giving the attracting energies of the younger woman that you were when you were in your 20s and 30s. You haven't changed the pheromone yet.
oh, I just immediately felt the resistance. It's like, who want to deal with an old man?
Okay. So this is about truly reevaluating the way you see men versus a man versus your man.
Oh wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a poof there.
So that's just what you got to reevaluate in yourself. And as you go through that evaluation factor, your pheromones will begin to change. Different people will show up into your life, but there's where you have to take the risk. There is no reward without the risk in the world of looking for love. And that's the other part of you saying, I ain't ready to be hurt again. No, hell no, it not going to happen.
Well, I can be hurt if the sex is good. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you're talking the other type of hurt, the cheating and the other shit that goes on, and the money and etc.
Oh,
That's what I'm referring to. The using.
yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And that's shut off another part of your energy because there are a lot of users out there.
Yeah, there are.
Okay, so what's the rule? They got to have a job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They got something in their bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They got to be stable. They want to go to the work that they have, even if they hate it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If the sex is good, doesn't make it. Okay, there are other things you need.
I'd like for them to be a little more open-minded too.
Sure, but that only comes with what? Adventure.
Yeah. Okay.
The adventure of searching.
Okay.
Hey, what was your other question?
My next question.
Yeah.
Let's see, I wrote it down. What do I need to do to unblock my trickery beliefs to start my spiritual wellness housing community? Do I need to simply forget about it and move on to something else since I'm processing my core beliefs?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You need to process what's going on for you before you move on to these other bigger projects and helping other. You've got to put your own oxygen mask on first, get completely stable, grounded, secure, and then be willing to open up after you've already given yourself the personal advancement you need.
Okay. It went back to taking care of me. I just keep feeling like it's here already. So
well, that's could be rushing it and be back to the obsession of it.
Maybe so, yeah.
Something you're going to have to again look into and look into and look into, and know the time is right when you've taken care of yourself before you start giving away to everyone else again.
Yeah, man. There's that trickery again. See there? See how it shows up?
Uh-huh.
See how it shows up? Dang, nabbit, I thought I was on it and walked right into it again.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am good at this stuff.
Huh?
I said I am good at this stuff.
I appreciate you being good at this stuff too. Just going through the little bit of stuff I'm going through here, I cannot imagine your journey. I mean, I appreciate all whatever it is you have to go through, and you have been going through to be in the place to give us this help. I'm telling you, because I'm crying over here for this little bit of something information.
But the challenges of my journey, how do I describe them? They're like everyone else's in the world. The joy to be creative and the yearning to be creative, to be joyful. And then finding the joy in the creation in the moment, and then whatever is waiting for you at afterwards is to go ahead and deal with it, to not avoid internal things in yourself. Once you start the journey of avoidance, it makes it so easy, and then things, they can become monsters when they never were meant to be. So I never let anything become a monster in me. I embrace, like when Charlie Kirk passed, I embraced that whole energy. Why? Because I knew that there was a crucible of change in there for me, and it absolutely triggered a whole set of teachings to come out. Another 32 teachings I've come up with. Okay.
Oh wow!
Right. I took that energy and transmuted it into high creativity as a service for others that I know are going through the challenges of life.
But what do you? Okay, so I have been reading Seth Speaks and all of that kind of stuff, and it has really been opening my eyes, helping to put together some of that other stuff. But I think that it is also causing my expansion to be a little faster than I thought it was going to be.
Well, as long as you have an expectation to expansion, you're not expanding.
As long as I have an expectation to expand, but I'm not expanding.
You won't be expanding as long as there's an expectation to that expansion.
I'm gonna have to sit with that, huh?
Our expectations diffuse our potential realities and lead us into lines of thought that can be biased or limited versus truly processing the wisdom for what it is in that moment without other biases or attachments influencing your perspective that's growing on the subject matter. So that's why the point of view is such an absolute necessity for people to learn how to regulate their emotional processes.
Yeah, I think my mind just took a vacation on what you just said. Maybe you were saying something that was I was somewhere resisting.
You're in full resistance to that because the challenges it presents to the parts of your personality that are holding on to myths.
I love myths.
Works. We all have them.
Okay.
Okay. Example, the community project that you want to do. Okay. You know the toughest thing to do in your life. And it'll try to crush you over and over again because you're forcing people to be responsible. Because community means responsibility first. When you chuck your responsibilities in a community, who has to do your work? Other people? How does conflict resolution get done?
Oh, I work as a in a teaching people how to do cooperative living. I'm a facilitator for that.
I understand that. I really do.
Huh?
But as I said, you doing that on your own will be the biggest challenge of your life because you're forcing people to be responsible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I don't want to be bothered. I mean, I pay somebody to come take my trash to the curb.
Oh.
I get you.
So again, you can still practice at it, work at it, write about it, do all those things with it. Okay.
But it still comes back to me, right? My inner is what I see on the outside.
When they balance each other, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I still keep running away from the inside of me.
Why do you keep running away from it?
I'm very good at compartmentalizing. So since from being 56 years old, after all of the stuff that I've gone through, I got a lot of compartments.
And you got to start having a yard sale and start opening up all the compounds, throw them on the lawn.
I was like, wait a minute, I could go do was it Dolores Claiborne thing, KAHT thing, QQAHT, and just let my higher self just get rid of all of this. Well, I got to go do the work. Dang, Nabby, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my biggest. Well, okay, so what is the deal? Answer me this. You got people who get this stuff spontaneously. I mean, they just get it. They wake up and they're all for them. How come I'm not one of them people?
Because it's in their DNA. They have those challenges from before birth to maintain it, and they've maintained that journey towards that direction. When you were a teenager, what direction were you going in? When you were 20, what direction were you going in? When you were 30, what direction were you going in? Those people stick with that one spiritual direction all the way through their life. That's why they have maintained those high levels of experiences.
I got into the occult in high school, and I ditched school and went to Hollywood Boulevard. That's where I used to ditch, and went to the Crown Bookstore and was about to pick up a satanic Bible, and I heard a voice say, "What you put in your mind, you can't take out," and that just scared me. And I think that was the point where I kind of still had the desire to go into that realm, but
fear
was scared. Yeah.
And then you are a social butterfly, especially back then. You could blend into whatever crowd you needed to.
But I had so much what I call now, what came through here recently was being an invisible woman, because being a Black woman in America, I saw myself as being I was a Black kid listening to rock and roll in my household, and that wasn't cool. So I've always been the weird person and been smarter than everybody, and that was shut down.
Sure. Which is thus men make you like a sheet in the wind, never being able to secure to the four posts to push the ship forward.
And family and people too.
Sure. The ones that support you and truly understand what unconditional love is, even if they don't agree with what you talk about or how you think. As long as they know the rule of what real love is.
And I hadn't experienced that too much.
No. It wasn't a regular journey for you, which was part of your growing into who you are, how you love yourself, how you love friends, families, and children.
That's how I got to the compartmentalization. So I got to figure out.
You were overwhelmed by so much.
And I had a nighttime life and a daytime life. So that helped with compartmentalization as well.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, I want to get off the phone now since it's bringing up enough. See, I'm trying to run already.
All right, darling. I'll see you in the next class.
All right.
Take it easy.
You too. Thanks.
All right, let's say Luke. Signal to unmute. You're next. Luke, are you there?
Hello?
Hey, where are you calling from?
Hey, you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, I'm hearing double. I don't know why I got double.
Do you have this show on in the background?
Yeah. I'm mute.
You got to turn off the radio.
You got to turn off what?
You got to turn off the radio and just listen through Zoom.
I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. No, I don't have nothing now.
You got to have something open. There's no one else who's unmuted.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? So anyhow, I'm over here in New York,
Shut your browser down and just leave Zoom open.
Zoom. Yeah, I know. I understand. But
So where are you calling from?
shut your mouth. I can't. Sorry, man. I don't have a radio on.
Do you have a media player open on the computer somewhere?
I'm from New York City.
Yeah, but there's still an echo in here. We got to be able to shut it off, or we're not going to be able to communicate because there's like a 10-second delay in the echo. All right, we're going to move on to someone else. Let's go on to Brittany. You're next. Signal 2 on mute.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Brittany. How's it going today?
It's good. I'm really ecstatic to be here with you. I have a powerful question or inquiry.
Okay. What's the question?
So I'm on a bit of a Dreamtime mission in Australia with 4 women, and there's a powerful convergence of tribes coming together to sign a sovereignty treaty.
Uh-huh.
And I would love your insight if you feel into our field or have any questions for us as we, are being really guided. And you actually came into my dream 7 days ago, and you were living in like a highly evolved community space. And you said to me, no one's really understanding how to work this down on Earth, but this is how we do it up here. And me and my sister were on your motorbike. So you've got 4 really powerful women here holding this space with you. If you could give us any insight onto the movement of sovereignty for the dreaming in Australia and what comes through, even just insight about the dream time, because I know the dream time in Australia is highly respected amongst shamans.
So tell me how the journey of this signing came to how you guys are interacted with it.
Hi, my name's Kelly, and I am an Indigenous woman from the southwest in Australia. And before we came on this journey, I had this message or dreaming come to me, and it was the kangaroo hide, and it was above me, and then above me were all different countries coming together and stamping this hide, and it was just profound, and I didn't fully understand it. However, when we started to merge on this journey, we all met in Uluru. The unfolding began, and we started to receive verbal confirmation of what was happening, and that was tribal leaders coming together to stamp a hide and to move into this sovereignty. And along the way, we've just spontaneously, impromptually been guided to meet really profound elders, strong lawmen of Australia, and their confirmation is we've been all over the world in certain countries, and they've been stamping the hide.
Okay, so she was saying before they're coming to where you guys are at to sign everything. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
When is that happening?
Potentially not this weekend, but next weekend, and this weekend. And
You guys have to prepare the space for the reception of the people and the ancestors. Very important.
Okay.
Do you know how many people are coming?
Well, it's like very on mob time, dream time. So there's just the highest law man coming to this particular place in Australia, which is sending out a signal for all tribes to be there. It's like if this man's there, everyone's there.
I understand. He lights the beacon and they all appear.
Yeah.
You
So we
still
don't know. It's all
you still-
very, we're in the dark a bit. That's why we're here with you.
You need to prepare the spot. As simple as that. Do you
Okay.
have an outdoor back acreage area, or is it a small house? What kind of place are you in?
Well, we're on the road because we're all from different places in Australia and we're not in our home country or our hometown. So we don't even know where it's going to be yet. And I don't think they do either.
So they're not physically coming to you. They're all coming to you in the dream space.
No, they are physically coming.
But there's no place dedicated yet.
Not that we're aware of yet.
Right.
They'll have something in mind, but I guess
might
it's
be a
just
good
quietly.
idea- Might be a good idea for you to look in your book of contacts and find out who's ready to be of service with that type of energy.
Okay.
And then potentially prepare the ground for the ancestors that are going to be coming there.
Okay.
Let's just use a generic backyard. Let's say 30 meters by 30 meters. Okay?
Yep.
It's a pretty big backyard, or 20 by 20.
Yep.
You don't necessarily need an outdoor fire, but you can just do a grill with a gas fire and start cooking something really simple, vegetable skewers or something, make a soup or something to that effect, because you want to greet the ancestors with an ancestral feast as
Yep.
they're to listen to the wisdom. And this is where the grandmother energies are so vitally important. All of you got to put on the grandmother's shawl and prepare the space for the arrival of these honored guests and the ancestors that come with them.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
That's the frequency to tap into. Grandmother's preparing the space.
Yep.
This is Hearthstone stuff. It may be a good idea for you guys to go and buy a big batch of yeast and make bread or sourdough, anything that's going to be living, even if you end up giving it away to the homeless shelters.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
You got to tap into that blessings energy.
Okay. Yep.
Now, what does this mean?
What is the what?
No. You're asking about what insight into this whole journey that you ladies are going through.
Yeah, I guess it's just you've already confirmed, the grandmother energy that's needed to be anchored through us. There's also a potential diversion where some of us were going to fly home in 2 days, but now we feel from this to stay longer and actually be there. There's one sister, Kelly, who's definitely going to be there, but now we realize we all need to be there to receive them. And there's some calls we need to make.
Okay. Each of you have to individually have your own relation with the grandmothers. And then individually, the grandmothers inside each of you got to learn to work together.
Yeah.
Because grandmothers can be pretty domineering, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And in a fight, what's the first thing you look for? How much fur is taken out?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So learning how to work together from each other's powerful grandmother state. That's why cooking together, sharing the experience is so vital.
Yeah.
Okay? Also, have you ever brewed anything like kombucha or anything like that?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Kel has.
Yes.
All right. Growing anything, pickling stuff, this is the time for great abundance because all that stuff have that blessing energy that it'll be a powerful storehouse of energy for you guys after it's all done.
Okay.
Okay? Anything that has cans, bottles, put the ceremonial energy on it. Okay? Put that blessing. Have a great abundance.
Okay.
And if you don't know anything about canning, great time to go and do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Kombucha, sourdough bread, brew a beer. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be doing kangaroo tails on the fire.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you can tell us about the movement of, you know, the energy, because a lot of people, they've got 7 different government stamps already that are ready to step off the train of trading and working with the government in Australia and start to acknowledge the sovereignty of the Indigenous nations and working with them directly. So that's what's going on when we're meeting in Darwin. Is there anything that you can feel or read around this energy and this big, like, systemic shift?
All right, for you and the ladies around you, you have to break down the myth of what law and sovereignty and all of those different expressions are, and really how to neutralize the myth to get at the core of the controlling energy that's there, so it doesn't reemerge just as another shadowy form later. So really break down the myth of the law of sovereignty and all the stories that have been told and retold the right way and the wrong way. And so everyone has a different oral teacher or historian that contradicts the next one around them. Get at the root, truly become deep philosophical thinkers about myth and all the things attached to the whole journey of a sovereign nation. Indigenous people didn't have a nation before them. They didn't have that word. They were a living, breathing member of the great cycle of life. Okay, so that's a forced word onto their perception. And their living ascendants and ancestors today only live through that myth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? So become philosophers on that. Neutralize the myth energy. Really go deep into what the power of myth is. Okay? There's new stories to be told.
Yeah.
A voice that gets through the indoctrination programming. But that voice needs heart, needs the mother, grandmother's touch behind it. It needs the powerful of the divine feminine who's balanced in their masculine energies too. Okay?
Yeah.
Embodying the next oral teachers and historians, sharing the journey of being an oral teacher and historian. What goes on in the now. Chronicle, journey, come together and write collective tomes of wisdom.
Is there anything else that you feel we could do to
plan your separation and your realigning coming back together? Okay? Once it's time to go, and you're already pushing staying too long, all of you. You already are. There are responsibilities in the other places that you've ignored. Each of you ignored too much. Okay? Go back and process, stay in contact, but also have the date where you come back together. Give everyone 4 months to fix their shit. Or 5 months and say, we're going to meet here and move on. Okay? You got to start planning in advance. There's no more day-to-day waffling back and forth. Long-term planning. Months and a year in advance, travel journeys, things. Okay?
but you feel like this congregation this coming weekend, we stay together and hold that field as the grandmothers?
Sure, but it's about preparing the space for the ancestors, for the living in the seen and unseen ancestors arriving. It's really about that service of preparing the space.
Thank you, Andrew.
Well, there's a little bit more. Okay. So what does each of you have to face when you go back home?
I have a woman that I've been working with as she just birthed her baby, and it was quite an intense traumatic birth, and I feel the responsibility to be there because it's only been 10 days since that happened, and I kind of left on a whim quite quickly to join this journey. So the flight home tomorrow evening, like just dropping in the...
There's a whole bunch of shame, blame, and guilt waiting for you. Take that as advice. Take it all on. You can't beat me with blame or guilt. And when you get back, give all the love you can, but do not fall victim to shame, blame, or guilt.
Thank you.
You're a big challenge. You beat that, and life becomes so much easier for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Somebody else, what's waiting for you?
I'll be going home to my husband and beautiful children, and potentially, when I say potentially, I'm still unfolding and understanding my role in all this as a custodian of the land and receiving this integration time and process to bring it back home on country to support and hold our local mobs.
So your challenge is when you get home and reinsert yourself back in the family, you have to have your Frodo Baggins Hobbit's Tale moment where you write your tome. Okay? You need to be a part of the family and yet separate from the family at the same time so you can write that tome.
Can you go deeper in what you mean by tone, Andrew?
Your experience and all the different insights before they fade away to memory. Okay?
Embodying it, integrating it.
Memory colors it into a different version. Okay? You're the scribe. Okay? Anybody else want to share?
I just have clients waiting for me to begin their journeys, and I've been pushing it back because of internet and Wi-Fi connection, and I feel ready, and it's in alignment to just drop back into my work. I called you maybe like a month ago and shared with you the process that I channeled called psychic somatics.
I remember.
I don't know if you remember. Yeah. So just tending to that and the importance of that, because it's because of that work that I'm here.
How many clients do you have waiting?
I've got 16.
Okay. You need to pace doing clients.
Yeah.
If you go back full core, I'm ready to take it all on, you won't process. You will lose 80% of the colored memories that are important to you.
Okay.
So you need to give yourself a week back before you take a client, at least a week.
Okay.
If you're already financially challenged, you can start booking people after that week and get them to go through whatever payment portal you have.
Yeah.
Okay? So
yeah.
They're booking it up. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's good. They're already paying because it's a training and it's beginning their one-on-one sessions with me. So financially, it's okay.
Okay. So it's important you give yourself time to process. Okay. And there are going to be spirits that come to you that want you to re-engage and know that is obsession.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay? That's it. That's
going to be obsession. You have to stop obsession, reinsert yourself back into life, and go through your true next level life evaluation.
Yes.
And like lady, you're going to have to journal. All of you are going to have to journal and chronicle, each to your own level. But for her, she's a deeper scribe energy of recording the living and the expressions that come from it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yours is about making sure you don't fall into passive bias that changes your perception about this or that experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the next journey for me? Okay, how do I maintain being able to do this job being mobile? Well, you'll give yourself one hell of a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot and plan to be, in a cell phone range when you have clients.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there one more there to share?
There is. Yeah, I'm similarly, I do a training with Britt and Psychic Somatics. We hold it together. So I have the same clients coming to wait for me when I get home. And I also feel like a lot of visions that have been seeding in this journey together as well, the expansion of the training into more like also like a school energy and having more space for more ceremonial and ritual practice, and creating myths really.
All right, for you, it's more important that you get the essence of all the teachings before you teach it to anyone else.
Mm.
You will lose so much of your deep wisdom if you don't take the time to truly process it solely for you and what it is for you before you reteach it to others.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Very important. That'll be your obsession line where you go right into reteach and reteach and reteach and not truly understand the in-depthness of what you're doing.
Mm.
How to impart that to people who are going to be becoming a practitioner under that modality.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
All right, one more question for all four of you. Have you had any shared dreams yet?
Last night. Not a very significant one, but we definitely dream walk together. Lots of water elements and water dreaming. Yeah.
Where are you at right now in Australia?
We're an hour out of Darwin, so in the Northern Territory at the top.
Okay. I'm just processing some of the energies up there.
Mm. A lot of our family lines have been weaving into our dreaming also. Yeah.
Yeah. They all need something from you. And you're going to want to give them this light of your experience, but most of them aren't going to be able to accept it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You just got to be okay with that. Okay?
Mm.
Just got to be okay with that. Don't let that seethe in anywhere inside you. Darwin is such a... All right. You guys live... that's where your guys' homes are at?
No. So 3 of us live just outside of Byron Bay, and then Kelly, who's from Waddundi Butcher, she lives on the west coast near Margaret River.
All right. So this would explain more why Darwin. So get to the ocean. I'm simply going to get to the ocean and have a energy going out, tide going out, release ceremony for each of you.
Okay.
And if you can get a tide coming in ceremony before you go, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Big tides up this way.
Yeah. It's going to help move this excess spirit energy versus it staying in your field and watering you guys down for long periods of time. That energy needs to move into the greater you see of consciousness. It's not supposed to stay with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So just to confirm, the 3 of us have a flight back to Byron Bay tomorrow. And do you feel like it's wiser to stay for the week to hold this ceremonial space for the gathering to occur?
It's still up in the air.
Yeah.
Mm.
When does your flight leave?
Tomorrow at midnight.
Well, you got to be there 2 hours ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, give it up to that 2-hour mark.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? And then guess what? The challenge of do I stay or do I go comes inside. And what wins? What wins on the taxi drive?
Seems to have been going that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And I have a 4,000-kilometer drive home, solo, and coming up to Darwin.
So your service has already been done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Do you want to be there for the victory part of the ceremony?
I'm not attached yet.
Okay. But is that obsession too? Okay. Can you guys successfully go back to your homes and restart? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it the right thing to do? Yes. Is it also the right thing to do to stay? But then what happens to those that were expecting to come back and you all of a sudden you're not coming back and you're playing light workers again?
Yeah.
Okay. you have personal needs at home that you need to see through.
Okay.
So that's my advice from both sides of the perspective here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I'm just wondering, this feels like a new way dreaming, I'm wondering, how do I embody that scribe? How, if this is my, purpose.
It's one of your many purposes. Being a scribe just makes it easy for the future generations to understand what happened.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm. Mm.
That's why deconstructing myth, very important.
Mm. Mm.
How do you stay grounded in it? That's going to be your lifelong challenge of discovering what is doing the work and not obsessing about it. Because obsessing is not advancing; it's going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have that delicate balance between home life, family life, friends life, balance financially, emotional security, go on a date every now and then? How do you maintain all of that? You still need to be a muggle in this world.
Mm.
Okay? You're meant to be here in this world doing missions here, not in other worlds.
Mm.
That's your calling. This world, not the other worlds. But the other worlds still have lots to teach you.
Mm. Can you see the land being created, like down in WA, from the ripple effect of what is happening up here?
No.
Okay.
Land will be the last thing that's appropriated. Last thing that will be appropriated. During the deconstruction of the government systems we have here, worldwide.
Yeah.
Right now, government has never been lost its most faith. People have lost faith in all the governments worldwide. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gotten really bad all over the world.
Yeah.
Going to be a tipping point where, yes, there'll be challenges to humanity. Yes, there'll be growing pains. But the people like you and I have to spread the word of spirit. Okay? Church is not bad advice. But having a spiritual group of people you can talk to, also very good advice. Like after the Charlie Kirk assassination, that was deeply affected me. And I was asked, would you tell a person to go and practice spiritual on their own or go to a church? And my answer to them was go to a church because you have community to help you to go through things. Practicing it on your own is the hardest thing to do because all the responsibility weighs on you. At least church gives you a set time to come and go and a dress ethic to come, okay? And people to work through things. If you don't have that community, isolationism is the key to depression and obsessions.
And
how do you start a grander community that isn't a bunch of online warriors?
Yeah.
Open dialogue. Assemble the great philosophers of the land. Twice a year to put philosophy together.
Yes.
Okay? Have the wisdom talkers from all over the lands to come. Okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do all four of you have tattoos?
Yeah.
I think it would be a good idea that you come up with a communal design and you have to get that tattooed. But give it lots of design time. Don't rush a design.
Yeah. That was spoken about this morning very briefly, not to the depth of what you just said.
Yeah, but give it lots of design time. Don't rush a design.
Yeah.
Even if you got to wait 6 months for the right design.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So do you feel like there's a powerful co-creative energy in our field together of creating something new to hold all of this?
The answer is yes. But you guys need to process what you went through to truly understand what's being asked of you afterwards.
Yeah.
What you can actually do with your skill sets that you have.
Yeah.
Okay? And the funding that you have, because you'll have to fund it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Can you feel in our field the people, the magnetism of who we need to meet coming in and holding this with us?
No, it's not there yet because you haven't processed the magnitude of what's being asked of you yet.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
None of that is in potential because you haven't given it its infinite potential time inside you yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Each of you got to hold your own view on the infinite point of view that spirit has brought to you through your unique experiences, and then distill it down to how can I do it? Okay? And each of you are geniuses on your own, but when you come together, you're a circle of geniuses. You're not a circle jerker. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we've just had a bit of a interruption.
Okay.
Thank you.
I got one more thing for all of you.
Okay.
Rude will be back in 1 second.
Yeah. One more piece first. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ready.
All right. So all four of you are going to have to change your outfits and clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot be the typical all white, fluffy, airy light worker anymore.
No, and we're not just gonna say that.
You are. You don't realize it. Okay.
Shit. Okay.
Okay.
Is that to blend in more or like to embody different energy?
To be open to everything and everybody.
Okay.
Not have one thing in the group push somebody away that could potentially ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a full death, right? It's an ego death.
No, it's a communal growth. You guys figure new outfits out.
It's fun.
Okay. To be more practical versus stylish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a communal journey for you to go on. It will make a huge difference.
Okay.
No more flowy gowns. Okay? I know I'm joking, but far too many women fall into that.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah. Gangster clothes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Well, like I said, you decide in a taxi or decide today, is it time for us to go home? As I said, you the perspective. Your service, you've already put the things together.
Yeah.
And you
The
can still
tide
do
wisdom's good.
do the blessings from remotely too.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel we keep holding it. If we leave, we keep holding the grandmother energy.
Right. Which is also important why you do the tide going out and tide going in.
Yeah. Yeah.
To let that energy.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew, so much. Thank you. Yeah. It's been a really solid piece.
Cool time ahead of you. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Thank you. You're amazing. I'm sure we'll be calling him back in the right time.
Have lots of tissues around you guys.
Oh. Yeah. Love tears.
Blessings to you, brother.
Easy.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, let's move on to Sean, Australia. Signal to unmute.
Hey, Angie, how you going?
Good. How you doing today? It's been a while since we talked.
Yeah, it's been a yes, I think, yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about today?
I just have some random questions. Maybe the first one, what is your take on the Three-Eye Atlantis comment?
I think it's an attention getter that's trying to harvest manifesting energies off of people, similar to Nibiru. you know it's already past Mars and heading out, and they're just trying to milk it for everything while they're telling you the next comet and the next comet after that, and that's going to continue to be a show in the entertaining force of UFOs and spirituality and politics to get people looking up there instead of looking in themselves.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Mass psyop.
Just to have this energy. Yeah. Okay. All right. My other question was, what is deja vu to you? What does that mean to you?
An experiencing of a vibration of physical time that I experienced previously in a dream world. And the feeling of deja vu is feeling the no time field in the physical time.
Okay. So you're saying it's happened in your dream space, and then you
where you can experience all past, present, and future potential options.
Uh-huh.
And deja vu, it's a marker stone saying from the last time you experienced it to this, your vibration inside has matched this moment in time, which is a growth and marker stone for that individual. It's not always about the subject matter, it's about the fact that you had it.
Okay. And what if you are what's the word? You trigger someone else's deja vu, but you don't experience the deja vu yourself.
Most likely that person is making half of that shit up.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That doesn't mean it is that, but most likely they're making at least half of that up.
Okay.
In attempts to communicate and be closer to you for whatever reason it is.
Okay. Okay.
But I've had many deja vus about friends and family in the moment. And do I trigger it in them? The answer is yes. Sometimes it flips them out. Okay?
Because this particular situation, they said, oh, something I said triggered their deja vu, and then something I said again triggered it a second time, and then the third time is when I think I got deja vu. So it was really odd.
Okay, that was something confirming a confirming of a confirming.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Can we over confirm something? The answer is yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Do you really need 3 confirmations?
Probably not, no.
Unless you're a hard-headed person and your past self knows how hard-headed you are.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I didn't believe the first time she said it. Yeah, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what does it take to get through to him?
Because we also had this we're talking about signs from the universe, and I was talking to her the night before and saying how feathers, sometimes I get feathers in my house and there's no way a feather that big can get in my house, so I say that's kind of a sign for me. And then the next night we're at dinner and she noticed a little feather like float in front of her face when we're at dinner, and she just found that really funny because she didn't really believe in signs. And then I said, no, look behind you, there's another one, and another one floated down and landed on this bullhead man's head behind us and stuck to his head.
I think the rest of fucking with you guys at that point.
Yeah, that's what I said. The universe is like making us laugh. Yeah, you're fucking with us, and it was stuck on his head for the rest of the night while I was having dinner. But we just was looking over and laughing at it. But yeah, it was quite a funny experience, which I quite enjoyed. Yeah. Go ahead. The question I had is, I've been getting crows and magpies have been waking me up in the morning, coming to my window and singing. What would you think maybe is the message or meaning behind that?
So crow and magpies are going to be carrying ceremonial law. What are your prayers and taking it up to the spirits? And it's also bringing prayers and spirits to you.
Okay.
And then what are you doing with it?
Okay. So they're bringing prayers to me or messages from spirit, and I need to then send.
And then do you accept the prayer? Bring it into your body.
Yeah.
Let it fulfill you. and then give a prayer back to the magpies and crows to take it to those that are sending you love and prayer, which generally comes from the various ancestors that you have.
Okay. All right. I like that because I hadn't thought of that. So that's gives me something to work with when that does happen. Okay. All right. And is there more like why the crows and the magpies and not other birds, or it doesn't really matter, or
No, that's just the nature of the indigenous people that assign those types of energies to them.
okay. All right, that makes sense. Because I did was on a holiday recently in Europe, and I did notice as soon as I came back, I don't know, we just seem to have more birds here, or I just hear them more in Australia. I don't know, we just have more birds, or I just hear them more or more in tune with them. I'm not sure.
You're just hearing them more because you're tuning into them.
Tuning into them. Okay. Okay. What was my other question? The I've sort of been having light language come up and still not sure. There's different dialects. So I'm not sure if you could help me understand them better, or if I speak some, maybe you could pinpoint maybe what dialect it is, or
You're over focusing on the dialogue. You should just be practicing on the range of voice, the speed in which you can do, and not worry about what you're saying, but having an intent behind what you're saying. Example, if you're going to do some light language, your goal is I'm going to be expressing all the different versions of love through this language, or sovereignty, or single world concepts that change the fields of energy. That's the type of practice you should be doing.
oh, that's really helpful, Andrew. Yeah, I think that's really good. That gives me something to focus on, and then oh yeah, that will work really well. Okay, yes.
Then you could come up with phrases, like, personal sovereignty versus spiritual sovereignty. What's the difference? And then expressing that all through the light language. Okay?
Ah,
So start with single words and move up to phrases.
okay.
And the goal is, can you do 5 minutes? I do 2.5 minutes to 5 minutes to 7 minutes. Okay, try not going over 7 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, that's a lot of energy to do.
Yeah. And is the functionality to clear energy around myself or around the area, or what's yeah, I'm trying to work out.
What do you do to clean it on a regular basis?
Maybe prayers, or can visualize white or golden light in my house, or ask for
Those are baby attempts. You
yeah.
need adult attempts, which are actual flushing of energy in each room, be it through smudging or direct prayer in each room or contract revocations in each room, until you build up a cycle of regularly doing, let's say, on every new moon or every full moon, you do a full clearing of your energy environment. Okay?
Yeah, okay. So it's routine and more specific.
Learning, you have a lot of happiness when you're doing it. Because
Okay.
once that happiness, it tells you the energy you're purging out of the house, the static, the soup of negativity that's around you all the time.
Yeah.
That's projected from others.
Yes, I do feel that. And is there a particular revocation you recommend, or it doesn't matter?
Something new every time.
Pardon?
Something new every time.
Okay, something new every time. Okay.
Variety is the key. Okay. You need a big variety of things on a regular basis to define the boundaries to your environment.
Is it something, because I do sleep at work and have my own staff room where I sleep at work. Is there something I can do at work in that particular space, or
Do
not
other
really?
people go into that room at all?
Pardon?
Do other people go into that room at all?
Yes, yes.
Do they sleep in the same bed?
Yes.
All right, then not really.
Not really. Okay.
You're kind of stuck with the energies other than, like I said, saging and stuff like that, but you're still dealing with the energies of others who share the same space.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else, Andrew, you want to talk about, or got?
Give me a second. Let me go through the energies here. How's business been for you?
Businesses, we've started, got a family business. We've become busy again. Recently, I've I work at a couple of different jobs. So if I'm not busy there, then I can pick up more shifts at my other job. So hours isn't really an issue. It's maybe finding the balance between working too much and not enjoying life. So I think that's been a challenge for me.
Well, that's something you got to figure out.
Yeah.
You need somewhat of a much more set schedule.
Okay.
Even if that involves you taking less pay, okay, and saving less, because you need to start taking time for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna you lose so much of the precious time you have to go out and do things.
Yeah. Yeah, that does make total sense. Yes, working too much, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're doing pretty good.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good to know. I'm still having the eye flickering thing on the. I don't know. It does irritate me. I'm still haven't worked out what exactly it is.
High cortisol levels.
High cortisol levels. So
You're not getting deep enough sleep. You're stress and anxiety. Your brain's not turning off.
Okay.
You don't have enough theanine. You don't have the right. You probably have a big magnesium shortage.
Yeah, that's come up recently. So I've been taking magnesium only last night. So you see how that goes.
You can really switch to them magnesium glycate gummy bears versus the powders.
Okay.
And it might be a very good idea for you to start getting an electrolyte mix and adding it to all the water you drink every day.
Okay. All right. I'll give those things a go, and hopefully, that'll work. Yeah.
All right, brother. Good talking to you again.
Hey, yeah, have a good weekend. I'll speak to you soon.
All right, Joel, we're going to call it an end to today's show. We will be back tomorrow for the Friday Night Loose Report. And we got some big things to talk about for that. If you'd like to have a private session with me, you go to my website, andrewbartzis.com, and sign up there.